Good evening once again. The Erie County Sheriff now weighing in on what he believes it will take to get the drug and overdose crisis under control here at home.
Yeah, Sheriff John Garcia calling for a number of things here, including harsher punishment, better education, and more control at the border. After digging into the scope of the problem, I have learned there are a lot of people in our community right here working to try and help. This plea from law enforcement comes after Erie County recorded its deadliest year ever for opioid overdoses. The health department says nearly 400 people lost their lives to an overdose. Of those, 280 were confirmed opioid-related deaths. Fentanyl was by far the most deadly, accounting for 92% of those confirmed deaths. And I sat down with Sheriff Garcia, who tells me he is saddened by the loss of life. He believes the problem is only growing, and he is not the only voice weighing in tonight. I also spoke with a staff member from Spectrum Health, hoping to spread the word about their services and what they're doing to help save lives. But we begin with one of his coworkers, Mackenzie Gullo, who has been clean for 8 years. What were you addicted to?
Everything.
Mackenzie Gullo says her addiction to drugs started in high school.
I was like a garbage disposal. It was opiates and stimulants. And it was ugly. I was just so lost. I was so lost.
She remembers leaving class to go get high.
I couldn't stop, no matter how badly I wanted to. At one point, I was living in a tent, and, my mom and I were fighting every night.
Mackenzie finally got clean after a bad experience with the drug and now works as a substance abuse counselor at Spectrum Health.
No one is too far gone. I'm a big believer in that where there is breath, there is hope.
Those at Spectrum Health say they have seen a big increase in people needing their services over the last few years.
I've lost a lot of friends.
Christopher Weber also works at Spectrum Health and says he has lost loved ones to drug addiction.
Our main message is to let everybody know that they should carry Narcan, because you never know when you can run into a situation where someone could overdose.
Sheriff John Garcia tells me there was a record number of drug-related deaths in 2023, and if it weren't for Narcan, the number, he says, would have been even higher.
With migrants and illegal immigration, you're also seeing a much easier way for people to bring in these dangerous drugs.
Sheriff Garcia says dealers are lacing everything from marijuana to cocaine with fentanyl.
I could tell you fentanyl is not manufactured in the United States. So it's coming in because of the issues that we have in the southern border. And what we're seeing now is how easily people are coming over the northern border.
Garcia says drug dealers need to face harsher penalties.
I believe that if you go into a restaurant and you order a beer or a glass of wine and somebody poisons you and kills you, that's murder. They're doing it because of greed, Leah. And they should be charged with murder.
He also says we need to work harder here in Erie County to educate people starting at a young age in schools about just how dangerous drugs are.
You could do recreational cocaine, and it could be the last time you do anything. That's how bad it is. That's how much fentanyl has been introduced. People do not care about the consumer of these drugs. They care about their profit margin.
Weber wants users to know there are people who care and want to help. He just wishes he was able to save his loved ones.
I had so much promise and so much to give the world, that this disease of addiction ended up taking over their lives, and then it ultimately ended up losing any of that promise.
Mackenzie says it's not easy, but getting clean is worth it.
It is the most terrifying thing I ever did for myself. But it's been worth it, every minute, every second, and I've never done any of it alone.
So thankful that Mackenzie is doing well. She wanted me to share that she has a daughter and a job that she loves going to every day. So she also says they are seeing a rise in people looking for treatment. Many patients, longtime cocaine users, she said, now having issues with fentanyl-laced cocaine. We have much more information about those fentanyl test kits and other services. There are so many at WKBW.com.